We're live? Yeah, we're live. To a total of 0
Well,
viewers, obviously, because we just started.
of course, of course.
Did I do the intro last time or did you?
I don't fucking
I think I
know.
did. I think it's your turn.
Okay. Welcome to the Trans Fat Experience. I'm Riley the Fat, of course, joined
By Demigloom, the
by
trans. How's everybody doing?
yeah, yeah.
How are you doing today, Riley?
What a good day.
Today's a
I'm
terrible
doing
day for
great.
me.
What do you mean it's a terrible day for you? What's wrong?
Um, I got food poison last night and I didn't feel the
Oh
effects of it.
shit, I forgot.
Me and my girlfriend both got food poison. We went to a Himalayan restaurant and I tried Momo for the first time and it was absolutely delicious. No problems. Great service, super clean place, good reviews on the website. Um all around good stuff, man. But she started feeling sick when we got home and she's like, "Shit, I think I got food poison." I was like, "Oh, that must have just been your food. That sucks." You know. And then I wake up in the
Ah,
morning.
this shit.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh man, that really sucks for my girlfriend,
Aw.
but not me
Mm,
necessarily." I mean, it sucks for me because it sucks for her, you know. I care about her, but like um,
true.
I was like, "Damn, that sucks for you, specifically you." And then I wake up in the morning feeling like I need to puke, nauseous and with a terrible cramp, and I'm like, "Oh shit. I think I got I think I got." Screamo says, "Momo, that's scary as fuck." True. Momo is pretty scary. Um yeah,
Squeebo. When are we getting Squeebo on this show?
I don't know. They could call in today if they want, but I think it's going to be hard because they have school on Thursdays. So we'll
That's
probably have to wait
lame.
till till summer vacation, or they have a day off.
Okay. We'll have a Squeebo summer.
Yeah, Squeebo summer. That would be cool.
Hashtag Squeebo summer.
Squeebo summer. I'm down for Squeebo summer. Oh, that was Sonic the Centipede. I thought that was Squeebo. I read wrong. They said
Ah,
Squeebo, excuse
shit.
me? No, that's not Squeebo. That's Sonic the Centipede. What's up, Sonic the Centipede?
I
How are we doing?
spun a whole narrative about Squeebo, and it wasn't even Squeebo in chat.
Yeah, a shame. So I can't really look at chat at the same time anymore. I have to watch them pop up. It's very unfortunate, but we're not going to get a lot of chat, so it's not a big deal. Anyways, yeah, welcome to the Transfed
Just like play
Experience.
the stream on your phone and mute it, and then your chat's on your phone.
I would do that if my phone wasn't about to die.
Oh, fair.
Yeah,
My
very
phone is also
unfortunate.
about to die.
Damn,
So
we're fucked. Cool. Yeah, food poisoning. And I also door dashed today. McDonald's breakfast. It said, "Hello
nice,
gamers, you should rant
nice.
about Nintendo Switch 2." We did that. No, we talked about Switch 1 last time. We do have to talk about Switch 2 this
Yeah,
time.
yeah. The Switch 2 Direct hadn't happened yet. We didn't
Yeah,
really know anything about the
we'll
Switch 2,
talk
and now
about
we
that.
do.
We'll talk about that today after our main topic.
Okay.
If that's okay with Riley. But I also door dashed breakfast this morning because I had a little extra cash. On top of my grocery money, and um, I accidentally subscribed to a yearly Dash Pass subscription.
You
So
accidentally did that?
yes, I accidentally, where it's like save with Dash Pass, and I didn't realize that it was a yearly subscription. It was just like $8 a month, and I was like, you know what, I'll buy 1 month because it'll pay for itself within like two DoorDash things. And I meant to purchase 1 month of Dash Pass because it literally would have saved me $6 on my order and it would cost $8 a month. And I was like, that's a pretty good deal, you know. So basically, an extra $2 for Dash Pass, and I'll save like $4 or $5 on my next order. It pays for itself pretty much immediately the next time I DoorDash, right? Great deal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't realize that it was a yearly subscription, as in $8 a month, but billed yearly. So all of a sudden, my bank account is charged $100, and I'm like, $100 on DoorDash? What the fuck happened? I didn't mean to buy $100 worth of DoorDash. Like, geez, McDonald's is really getting expensive. And then I have to call them and be like, "Yo, could I
I
please get a
can't believe
refund?"
Egg McMuffins are $50
Yeah,
now.
This is too crazy. They said Trump was going to make eggs cheaper, not more expensive. Come on.
The eggs are getting so expensive that Egg McMuffins are $100.
The egg McMuffin was $100. It's crazy. So yeah, I call and I ask if I can get a refund, and the polite Indian man said yes, I can get a refund. Um, but I have to wait 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 business days to
Bro,
get my
I
money back.
fucking hate when you have to wait business days to get a refund. Just fucking give me my money back.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I have email confirmation from the DoorDash company that I am indeed entitled to my $96 back. Um, and the funny thing is, they didn't charge me for the money that I got off on my order because I had Dash
Yeah.
Pass that I paid for. They didn't charge me that back, so I got basically a free coupon on my free like $7 off my order. So if you really want,
You
if you
you
really want to risk
invested
it,
in cheaper DoorDash.
yeah, if you really want to get like $7 off of your like $40 DoorDash order, all you have to do is pay $100 for a yearly DoorDash
See, what
Dash
I do
Pass
is I just
subscription,
pay
and
for the
then
thing because it always pays for itself for me because I'm fat.
yeah. But what you got to do is
I use
subscribe
Uber Eats
yearly for
personally
a
because
hundred dollars,
I
and
think
then
it's
just get a
cheaper.
refund. Uber Eats is not cheaper
Smart.
where I'm at,
Well,
but
okay,
they have a
maybe
lot
where
of
you're
deals
at, but
on
it
it.
seems cheaper. Yeah, it seems cheaper, and they have a lot of deals. I use Uber Eats, and I usually pay for Uber One. If I have money and I'm like actively using it, I'll pay for Uber One,
Hmm.
and then you get money off your Ubers too,
Yeah.
which is cool. And I do Uber a lot.
How often do you
Not so
Uber
much
now?
recently because I don't have a working phone currently, so I can't like Uber somewhere far unless I'm guaranteed to have internet there to be able to Uber back.
Oh, so do you go to like Patrick's
Although
house or something?
that's probably an easily solved problem. Yeah, like so I used to Uber a lot with him like home because there was a time where we were hanging out and he didn't drive, but now he drives. So like I Ubered up to that comedy show, the Who Are These Podcast show in Largo, and like a couple different like events that I'm like, I want to go to that. So I just Uber there and spend the like $100 that it costs to Uber there and back an hour.
Wow. I mean, you're probably saving money by not having a car overall, as long as you're not Ubering
Yeah,
all the
I'm
time.
sure like yeah, $100 Uber probably is not that big of a deal compared to like all the gas money and like maintenance and car payments and shit that would be involved with a car.
Yeah, but if you had a car, like it would totally be worth it still. Like you would be able to go wherever the fuck you want, whenever you
And I would
want.
probably do more things because I wouldn't have to put in like a direct sum every time I went to do a thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, um, food
Man,
poisoning.
I'm gonna be having money again soon, and that's gonna be so cool.
Why don't you have money?
I might Uber to a place and just like hope to find a McDonald's somewhere so I can go home.
Or just get mobile data.
uh, True, but that's expensive though. But fucking, it's expensive. I guess it's not expensive if you have self control, but I know I wouldn't. So
Oh,
I'd
limited
have to
data?
get an unlimited plan. Yeah, I can't deal with limited data.
No, nobody could deal with limited data. Limited data is a thing of the past. There's no fucking way you could deal with limited data anymore.
Yeah, well, you have to if you want it cheap. If you don't want to spend like $60 a month on your fucking phone.
You should be able to just buy minutes of data like on demand. So like if you were like, "Oh shit, I'm stranded. Let me buy 30 minutes of data."
Oh
And
yeah,
you could
that's
like bank
smart.
it,
That would be a good system.
That would be a good system. But it would be such a good system that they wouldn't make enough money off of it.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Capitalism and its consequences on society.
So, today I guess our main discussion, do we want to get into the main discussion?
Hold on, I feel like I had something else to say and I don't remember what it was. What is it that we just said?
We were talking about banking minutes of data, or like buying 30 minutes of mobile data.
Yeah, it's just phone plans are expensive and like annoying, and I had to go to the fucking T-Mobile store, and they're gonna try to sell me a bunch of bullshit accoutrements, and I don't want it. It's
I know I've
annoying.
asked you this question a million times probably, but why aren't you on a family plan?
I was on a family plan with my grandmother and my grandmother's husband. And then my grandmother died, and he kept me on his plan for a pretty long time.
Oh, but he found a better
But
deal.
then yeah, he found a better deal, so
Hmm.
I got booted.
Why aren't you on like your mom's family plan? Does she have data?
She has data, but she's not gonna wanna. I guess like we could split a family plan, but then I have to like deal with all of that because she doesn't have Mostly because she doesn't have T-Mobile, and I have like a T-Mobile phone, so I would have to get a new phone if I
Oh
did
my god.
anything but T-Mobile.
Why do you have a T-Mobile phone? Just invest a little bit. Just don't DoorDash for like a week.
You know that this is a T-Mobile phone, and it's like the nicest phone I've ever had because I always buy the cheapest phone possible. And how I got this phone is my previous phone was on like 3G, and T-Mobile sent out a letter and they were like, "We're not doing 3G anymore, but if you still got a 3G one, we'll give you a free 5G one."
Hmm.
So I went to the T-Mobile store. This is actually this is how hoarding saved my life, okay? Because I'm a hoarder. I just don't like to throw shit away. Like I don't have. I'm not like you wouldn't see me on the show hoarders. I'm not. I don't have like a shed full of shit. But like my drawers have some things in there. Like I keep broken devices sometimes, and they'll just be like in my drawers. And like I've just got stuff.
You got me checking my
And
drawers now.
the actual phone that I had that I got from T-Mobile when I first joined that family plan was long broken. Like I was like two or three phones deep from that phone.
Yeah.
And I was just switching the SIM card out and buying like open phones. And went to the T-Mobile store and they were like, "We need the original phone. Like it doesn't matter if it's broken, whatever condition it's in, but you have to give us the phone." And in my the like light bulb went off in my head and I was like, "Oh my god, I do have that phone." So we had to turn around and go get that phone. I was with my grandmother's husband. He was nice enough to pick me up and take me to the T-Mobile store to make the exchange. Back when this happened, because it was post when grandma passed, like probably like a few months ago. This happened before I got booted off the plan because he found a better deal. And now he just like doesn't like us anymore, I guess. That's an
Mm.
interesting family drama thing I have going on.
Yeah, that happens. Well, because like his
He just like
connection to you is gone, right?
yeah, which like we weren't like doing anything with or to him. Like we don't talk to him much. He never really liked my mother that much, but like I guess for some reason he gave my uncle his phone number and like made it a he got a new phone number and he gave my uncle his phone number and told my uncle not to give it to anybody else in my family.
Sonic says this show is so good. It's literally morning talk radio. I'm so happy. This is true. That's what we're going for.
That's what I'm going for with everything now. I've become a radio guy. Like I'm
Hmm.
listening to Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony clips and I'm like that's what I want to be.
It's good. It's good programming. I like it. Um, Not great people, but good programming.
No, yeah, good programming, not good people. And it's interesting to me because I never knew that world existed. Like I always kind of had like a zoomer lens of like, okay, so radio's gay old boomer shit
Hmm.
and podcasts are like real and cool and hip.
You didn't realize that like edgy, cool guys existed in the '90s, and were doing
No, I
podcasts
never
just
knew that was
on the radio.
possible. Yeah, and then I came across I had like degrees of separation that led me to Opie and Anthony, and I was like, oh wow. And like I always heard people talk about Howard Stern, and I've checked out some of those clips, and it's like wow, this is there was it was just The more things change, the more they say the same, as they say. Because wow,
Good
it was out
programming,
there.
not good people. It fits you guys perfectly," said Sonic. Wow.
Yeah, that's our tagline.
True. That could be the new tagline, honestly.
Good programming, not good people.
Good programming, not good people.
I'd like to
Um,
think I'm okay, people.
you're an okay person. You're not great.
Okay,
No, I'm
okay.
kidding. You're a good person.
Not great. No, no, no. I'm not unrealistic.
So we were talking about 4G and 3G. What about
Yeah.
4D and 3D?
Whoa! 40's nuts in your mouth. Hey! Oh!
That's crazy. So I think we should start with 3D, right?
Okay.
Like, what was your first exposure to 3D? Was it Avatar?
I have no fucking clue. Like, that's not a memory I have. My first 3D movie. I remember I was really into 3D movies as a kid. Like, that marketing worked on me. Like, I always wanted to see the 3D movie. But the thing is, I don't remember anything about any 3D movie ever except for bad ones. Like, I don't have any positive memories of
Me
3D.
neither.
I was so into it as a kid. I think it was just the idea of like, oh, I put on special glasses and cool things happen on the screen. That's awesome. Me and my 10-year-old brain, but like none of it was actually cool.
It
Literally the only 3D movie experience I remember is Yogi Bear, the live action Yogi Bear movie. And the reason why I remember that movie is because there's no 3D in it. It's a scam. They literally put out a 3D version of the movie and no 3D happens in it.
yeah. Um so it's like there's 3D where like the default effect of a 3D movie in a 3D theater with 3D glasses is just like the whole screen kind of pops out a little bit. Not individual elements, just the whole screen, which is completely
Yeah,
worthless because we live in the third
world.
dimension where the TV exists. So the TV itself is
So we
3D.
need things to pop out of the second
We need
dimension
things to
for it
pop
to be
out of
cool.
that second dimension into the third
Yeah.
dimension. But when everything pops out, it just becomes 2D again. It reverts back to the
So that
second
so that must
dimension.
have been the excuse for why they were allowed to sell Yogi Bear in this way. But yeah, nothing happened in that movie that was 3D. And I
No.
remember being so pissed.
But 3D movies
That
like
was my biggest complaint about Yogi Bear was that nothing happened that was 3D.
um it seems like it seems like 1 or 2 years of every decade has like a 3D craze, right? Like just like there's a time in the 80s where like a couple movies came out in 3D and it was a huge deal. You go see like you said like earlier before this show, like Friday the 13th in 3D. Um I think it was
Yeah,
like
one
in
of
the
the one
80s
of
there's
the
some horror
one of the
movies in
early
3D.
Friday the 13th movies. One of the early Friday the 13th movies is like one of the first 3D movies ever to exist in the world. And there's so many shots in the movie that are like they're so funny now when you like go back and do like a Friday the 13th marathon on streaming because it's not 3D because there's so many scenes where it's like, "Whoa, there's a yo-yo," or "Whoa, I'm dropping something right into the camera and it's flying out of the
Isn't it just
screen."
called Friday the 13th 3D, like the third movie?
Maybe.
It's just called Friday the 13th Part 3 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Friday the 13th part 3 and they probably said 3D in the
Yeah.
advertising.
It's really fucking annoying when it's like so obviously like things are like scenes in the movie are made just for the 3D effect. And that's uh yeah. I mean when things are made sorry. When you can tell that the 3D is literally written into the script of the film. You know, like the director's like, "Okay, we have to have some 3D stuff." Like it should come naturally. You should be able to find moments that would look good in 3D in a regular script.
Yeah.
Why didn't they call it Part 3D? It's Sonic the Centipede is so stupid. um. So yeah. You want to know the first? Oh, the first 3D movie I saw was Avatar. Or wait, no. When did Avatar come out? 2009.
I'm really trying to reach deep into
Avatar.
my memory
Yeah,
banks and
2009.
remember any movie that I saw in 3D besides Yogi Bear, because
I
I
saw
know I saw so
Avatar.
many.
I saw Avatar in. I think I saw like The Croods in 3D. Like I don't remember, dude. A bunch of movies that nobody fucking remembers. I saw in 3D. But we lived through a 3D craze from like 2009, like post Avatar. You know, like 2009 through 2012, maybe
Did
3D movies were
did
a thing.
Infinity War have a 3D cut?
Maybe
Did I see Infinity War in 3D?
there's a 3D Blu-ray of Infinity War.
Okay, no, I definitely didn't watch a
Who?
3D
Okay.
Blu-ray.
Can we talk about 3D at home? Because when we talk about 3D at home, there's one movie that comes to mind, and I hope it comes to your
I
mind as
I
well.
never watched a 3D movie at home. Oh wait, no, you're right, and I think it's the same movie. Yes, actually,
It's one of two
it's
movies.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl,
Yes,
right?
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Okay.
It's either Spy Kids 3D or Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But like, if you watch the Shark Boy
I
and
did
Lava
not
Girl
have Shark
3D,
Kids. I did not. Did I say Shark Kids? I did not have Spy Kids 3D, but I did have Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D. I think I broke the glasses pretty quick and just had to watch the not 3D version, but I
if you
had a few
played
couple good viewings.
if you played the 3D cut of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, there are like scenes in the movie where it like pauses and there's like a movie guide who was like, "Okay, now put on your 3D glasses for this epic scene." And then you put on your glasses and then like something pops out of the screen and then you take them off. Like it's so incredibly
They just
dumb.
they didn't want to put the it was too hard to put the 3D whole 3D movie on the DVD, so it's
Yeah.
like we had to do little clips and just tell you to put the glasses on and take them off.
Sonic says Shrek 3D. What is Shrek 3D?
I'm sure they did
Um
a 3D cut of a Shrek. I know they did
yeah.
Shrek 4D.
Shrek 4D?
You didn't know about Shrek? Wait, we Shrek 4D's in our thumbnail. You knew about Shrek 4D.
I guess I knew Shrek there was a 4D Shrek experience to be had, but I wasn't
Well,
aware.
I think it was just they put the first Shrek movie and they did 4D. I thought that's what it was.
Oh, I thought it was like Shrek 4 in 4D.
No, no, no,
Shrek
no, no.
4D.
And then no, I think there's like a theme park or something where you can just see the first Shrek in 4D.
So, are we ready to talk about 4D or do we still have more 3? We got to talk about the 3DS.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the real 3D at home that I have. It
Yeah.
was the 3DS, and by that I mean I only ever used it like once or twice.
Shrek 3D was a Blu-ray version of Shrek 4D. Interesting. Did they like edit any scenes or did they just like add a 3D effect to the whole film? I wonder. Um yeah, the 3DS, I had the 3DS. I remember they specific no, Shrek 4D was an original short film for Universal. Oh. Okay.
Okay, I thought there was just it was Shrek 1 but in 4D. I had been misinformed.
That makes a lot more sense. Um Interesting experience. Are you at school, Belle? It's Thursday at 11:30 a.m. where we're at. Like in our time zone. Why are you why are you watching the TransFed experience? Maybe it's
He
lunch
said she's
break, I don't know.
probably at like on lunch at school,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember the 3DS said you're not allowed to use the 3D feature, you know? You're not allowed to use 3D if you're under 7 years old. Do you remember that?
I did not even know that was a thing.
That is a thing. It says like it was like warning, do not use 3D mode if you're under 7 years old. And so like when my little
It
sister
was
was
never
going
relevant to me because that's like the one time our age gap is prominent. I was never 7 or younger and the 3DS was out.
Oh, it's spring break. Okay, cool. Um do you want to call into the show and talk about Shrek 3D? Should we let her call in?
Yeah, we get Bell in here, sure.
Okay. No face cam though.
Okay.
Belle, if you want to call into the show and talk about 3D, we'd be honored to have you on.
Would be honored guest.
Honored
Sad
guest,
girl
Sad Girl
Bell.
Belle. Would she be the first? No, she wouldn't be the first guest on this show. We had Sweebo.
Yeah, we've done a Squeebo before. We've had a Squeebo call in.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, the 3DS. Like, I don't think I was ever 7 with a 3DS. Okay, cool. We'll add. Can you add her to the call?
Yeah, I think that'll end the call for like a second when I
Okay, hold on.
do.
Create a new group chat so we don't leak DMs.
Okay. What the fuck is her Discord username? Is it Isabel?
Drowning in centipedes.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Oh shit.
How do you hide non-video members? Bell, don't turn your webcam on. No camera for you.
You gotta right click and then there should be a check box
There we go.
at the bottom. Yeah.
You don't want people to see my epic profile picture?
No, we don't,
No.
because we don't need the profile picture making the camera smaller, and whatnot. So, are you on your phone?
So I feel like you guys, yeah, I don't have my computer right now. It's being repaired.
Oh, that's right. How's that going, by the
Oh
way?
shit, you broke your computer. I forgot about you told me you were like mourning it as if you had lost a family member or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're getting it repaired right now. They said it would take about 3 days, so it should be coming sometime today.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
But I was gonna say, I feel like you guys don't realize that literally every blockbuster movie still has a 3D cut.
Really?
Yeah, like if
Do
you
they
go to
I see sometimes I see that there's 3D, but I feel like not nearly as often as I used to.
like every Marvel movie or whatever, if you go to like AMC, there's a 3D option.
Yeah, maybe they just stopped doing that at Regal Cinemas, and I have a Regal near
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I mean, they also stopped doing that they stopped doing that in most theaters, but still like AMC and stuff, they still play 3D movies all the
Why?
time. I don't know.
What's the
Never watch
point?
one now.
What's
I
the
know when
point?
I was my personal 3D craze was not did not intersect with anyone else's 3D craze. I had a 3D craze in like so the first 3D movie that I actually watched. I think I watched one when I was like 5 and I was just scared and I couldn't watch it. But
And
like
what
the
year were
first
you
one,
5 in again? Like 2015?
2015.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Kill me now.
So I missed Avatar entirely because I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, that's right. You weren't born when
Oh
Avatar came
my
out.
god.
Um, but like my first real 3D movie was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Um, and
Oh.
it was like really cool for like 15 minutes, and then after that, I sort of just deluded myself into thinking it was really cool, even though it was just like it just looked like a dimly lit version of the regular movie.
Did I see that one
So
in 3D? I'm trying to remember when I stopped. Because I know for a very long time it was just like the move if a movie I wanted to see had a 3D version to go see the 3D one. Which is why I saw Yogi Bear in 3D, which is the only 3D movie I remember for some reason.
Oh, the 3D version, that's the cut where Yogi Bear gets shot in the head by Boo Boo in the end, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
3D version.
Dude, Riley was so like his mind was blown when I told him about Harvey Birdman, attorney at law,
Yeah.
and like the Yogi Bear pedophile of it. He was like, "Oh my god, what?" He was not aware of its
I've never
existence at
watched
all.
Harvey Birdman. The only thing I know about Harvey Birdman, the only time I've ever heard about Harvey Birdman was like obviously just watching Adult Swim and it coming on, and also that Chris Chan
Yeah.
was involved in like a PSP giveaway or something because of Harvey. I don't remember like the lore.
That's right. There was a point in time where that's that's a little bit of like a media thing. Like the PSP DVD thing, the UMD
The
for
Universal Media
PSP.
Discs, yeah.
Yeah, you could watch Family Guy on your PSP.
That's
Or
awesome.
But I was gonna
I remember
say,
I used to watch episodes of Ben 10, or I should say one episode of Ben 10 that I bought
The same
on.
one episode.
I bought one episode. It was you remember
hell yeah,
Riley? Do you remember the first episode in the original Ben 10 where they meet Ben 10,000 and they go to the future and there's like aliens everywhere?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had that episode. I bought that on the PlayStation Store for like $3.99,
hell yeah.
and I owned that episode on my PSP, and I watched it all the time. And my dad made me delete it to make space for another game, and I was like so devastated because I loved watching that one. Because I didn't have it on DVD, so like I had
That's not okay.
I had season 1 and 2 on DVD of Ben 10, and that episode was from season 3, so I couldn't watch it ever again.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever bought like an episode of a show on the internet. Like that's always been a thing you could do. But like I don't know if I've ever participated in such a thing.
On the on the PlayStation Store, you could buy baseball games on your PSP. Like you could buy a baseball game to watch, like a baseball game from like 5 years ago. That was like not even like a notable one. You just watch a baseball
you know,
game on your PSP.
I went through that. I went through the vintage version of that as a kid. Like I'm a 2000s kid, but I had a bunch of hand-me-downs from my sister who was born 12 years before me. So I was a VHS kid. So
What's
I
up,
had
Sawyer?
like the same I had the same 3 episodes of like Power Rangers I always watched, but that's because I had 3 tapes, each with 1 episode of Power Rangers on it.
Sawyer says I'm at work, dog. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry says I'm at work.
Sawyer,
Sawyer.
Oh, Sawyer. Okay.
my dead dog,
Um,
Sawyer.
Oh.
Jesus.
Um,
So yeah, I was gonna say when I was watching Spider Verse, so the trick for 3D to make it still look 3D while you're watching it is to like look at the background and then like look at the foreground again. Because like if at a certain point the background looks more 3D than the foreground,
yeah.
um, so you got to start doing that to keep the effect.
So I should have been doing that for the entire runtime of Yogi Bear. Then
Yeah.
is what you're
Yeah.
telling me.
Yeah.
Sawyer says, "Who is the caller?" This is Sonic the Centipede. What do we call you now? Sonic the Centipede.
Sad Girl Bell.
Or
Just
Sad Girl
literally,
Bell.
just call me Isabel. I have no idea. Sonic the Centipede was a failed passion project. It's over.
Okay, I'm glad that that's not your main thing anymore. Is the caller
Your
called
main
from
thing should be
2010?
Riley
Yeah,
and
it's over.
Isabel's Music Adventures. Bell, when is that coming back?
Yeah. I'm planning on bringing it back sometime soon. I was listening to the old episodes again.
That's some
Yesterday.
banger
actually.
ass shit we did, Bell. That is a good
Yeah.
show.
That's a good show. But yeah, and so like for a while after Spider Verse, that was the period where I was like really, really, really into Marvel and watching like every Marvel movie. Um, and so I watched all of them in 3D. I also watched all like the Disney shit that was coming out in 3D, like the fucking live action Lion King.
That's right. That was the thing.
I think I did see that one in 3D.
The fake live action Lion King where it's actually just
Yeah.
an animated movie.
Yeah.
That's literally my least favorite movie of all time.
Hot
There was
take.
a point in time
It was so
when
inoffensive to me. I just was like, okay.
I am such
Like
a fucking I love the original movie so much that I was legitimately offended.
That's the thing is like I watched the original movie as a kid, but like somehow I have no nostalgia for it. Like I've revisited it and it's a good movie, but like I don't have any like nostalgia attachment to it. So without that, I watched the live action Lion King and I was just like, whatever.
I didn't really have any nostalgia at this point. I have nostalgia attachment to it because of an era where I was like, me and my girlfriend at the time were like insanely fucking into it, and I would just like literally be watching it all day, like on loop on my school computer. And I was like crying all day because it was so emotional. That that movie that's like the best movie ever. But there was a point in time when I was like 10 or 11 that I was legitimately mad at myself for funding the 2019 movie.
That's pretty funny.
Um,
Could I do this? This is my fault.
yeah, like I was looking at like the highest grossing animated movies list, and I was like, God damn it, $15. It's my fault.
It's all your fault. You should have snuck in the theater.
Yep. All right.
I did that. I did that once because I had to pivot because the movie I picked was so bad that we
You
just snuck
caught
into
like
another one.
you caught the last 30 minutes of another movie and it was better.
No, no, we got there pretty close to the beginning. Thankfully, it was Thor: The Dark World was the movie I had intended to see, and
Oh yeah.
that shit was so boring and droll that me and my grandmother both mutually decided to leave the theater and instead try to get into a showing of Kung Fu Panda 2, which was another
Oh
movie we
hell
had
yeah!
considered.
That's
And we
that's
got there
Thor
pretty
2,
close to the
right?
beginning of Kung Fu Panda 2, and we enjoyed that film.
Dark World is Thor
Yeah,
2, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Thor
Yeah,
two.
that movie had like a really they had the best theme song out of any MCU movie, but it was literally the worst MCU movie ever made.
I just remember it being like so droll and boring in the first like half hour that I had to go see Kung Fu Panda 2 instead. That's my opinion on Thor: The Dark World.
I love that like the whole meme about Thor: The Dark World is that literally no one can remember a single thing that happened in it.
I can't either. I remember they were
I
like
also don't remember a single thing that
I
happened in it.
literally
I just
watched
know
it
it was
like last
boring.
year and I don't remember a single thing that happened in it. I remember
Like
like Loki was like, like, "Oh, we trust Loki?" Oh, no, we don't trust Loki anymore. Like every fucking Thor movie. And also there was like a weird like magic carpet ride or something.
How
That's
can
all I
you like
remember.
I watched the original Thor recently because I was doing that MCU marathon that kind of screeched to a halt because I got distracted with other things. But I did
damn, you
watch
were doing an
Thor.
MCU marathon? What the hell?
Yeah, I watched like all of Phase 1 except for Avengers, and then I stopped. But so and I had never seen like any of those movies before. The only one I had seen from Phase 1 was Avengers.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I watched the first Thor, and like that makes sense. Like it's Loki's origin story. It makes sense to trust him in that one. And maybe it would have made sense to trust him for like a second in his second appearance, which is Avengers. But then I think his actions in Avengers make him completely untrustable for the rest of time. And if you ever trust him act after Avengers, you're stupid. You
That
Yeah.
first Thor movie is not good though.
It's
don't
okay.
think Thor 1 is good? I liked Thor 1.
No, I really fucking hate the. I think Kenneth Branagh is an annoying ass director, and I think the Dutch angles in that movie are fucking insane and hilarious and need to stop.
Genuinely, my hot take about Phase 1 is I think the Iron Man movies are like the least interesting ones. Like
Um,
I
yeah, I've heard
I
that a
think
lot.
Captain America is the best one with a bullet. I
Of
fucking
course.
loved Captain America the first Avenger. Then I think it's
I
Hulk.
really don't
I
like the
really liked
third
Hulk.
act. What the fuck?
Yeah, I
Riley
know.
really
Haha.
likes Riley
I
really likes
liked
the
Hulk.
first MCU Hulk movie with Ed Norton. I like it too, but
That
I don't
movie
like
is
it
so
that much.
funny. That movie is so fun. I actually love that movie because it's so funny.
I hate when Belle loves a movie because it's so funny, and I like it because I like it actually.
Yeah.
What other 3D movies have you seen, Belle?
Um. Fuck. The Spider-Man Far From Home. Uh. Toy Story 4. I think. Detective Pikachu, that shit was awesome. I had a popsicle run at school where it was like a mile run, and my mom picked me up early, and we went and saw Detective Pikachu in 3D, and it kicked ass. Um, fuck. What else is there? Basically, like every blockbuster movie that came out in 2018 that was not R rated, I saw in 3D. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I was like, I was a big 3D bitch back then. I watched
The only
I
thing
watched everything in 3D.
the only thing I remember about 2013 is GTA 5.
Did
It's
you
the
get
only
GTA 5
memory I
on
had of
launch?
2013. I think close to launch. Like I think it was only like a month or two old when I got it.
Gotcha.
My father got GTA 5 on launch day at GameStop, which is incredible.
You know,
GTA
I
5
didn't get
is
it on launch, but I'm pretty sure I was close.
GTA 5 is just like so inextricably connected with the Endless Jest video for me that I can't really play it because I just think of that video when I want to watch it.
Interesting.
I replay GTA 5 like once a year. I love GTA 5.
You got
I
to play
love
another
I
GTA
played-
game.
I know I'm bad at them. GTA 5 is the easiest one to beat. I like suck
Yeah,
at all the other ones.
because you can skip any mission you want whenever you want.
I only skip the missions where you have to fly a plane or helicopter.
I thought you could fly
I
helicopters
played
fine.
Oh yeah. I think I figured out helicopters, but planes I still can't do.
I play whatever the fucking the Origins remake or whatever that they put on the modern consoles of GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas. So I played those
The ones
three.
that suck,
Yeah,
the
those are
ones that are
terrible.
terrible.
The shitty remasters, yeah. But the games are still good though. The games are still good. I
They're
don't
literal
know.
like cutscenes where they put like new decor. They put like bushes like in new spots, and like in certain
Yeah.
cutscenes, the new bushes and like plants and stuff cover the camera. So there are like cutscenes
Yeah.
where it's just like all black for like half of them.
There
It's
were
so bad.
definitely there were quite a few times where my car just fucking exploded randomly.
Well,
And
in
I had to
GTA
restart
3,
the
in
mission.
GTA 3, that's just part of the game. But in the other games, that
Okay.
shouldn't happen. GTA
My
3 is
favorite
awful.
one. I
Like,
love
even the
GTA
original.
3. Fuck you. That movie's that game is awesome.
Good movie.
GTA 4 is trash. That game
What?
sucks. The fucking driving in GTA 4 is unplayable, and the story it's
GTA
like
4 is so good. What
You
are you
just have to-
fucking
GTA
talking
4
about?
GTA 4 is the best
GTA 4
story.
was like no, GTA 4 was like fucking that was
Nah,
like during
GTA
the
5
era
has
of
the
when
best story.
that was during the era of when every video game had to be boring for some reason. And so they were like, "Yo, we got to make GTA boring." And so
They made it-
made a boring game.
They made GTA like not cartoonish. They made it very like serious. And I
Which
like that about it.
sucks. That's like it's like it's fucking boring because it's like the same thing with like The Last of Us. Like these people, like they're not like fucking TV writers or like prestige TV writers. Like they're not good enough writers to like pull off like a genuinely serious drama. And so
Mm.
it's just like fucking boring.
I don't think that's
play a
true. I
good-
think you're wrong.
I don't want to play a mediocre TV show. I want to play a video game.
It's not a video. It's a great TV show. Is what it is.
See,
That's
what Bella's saying is resonating with me, even though I know it's not true. But like her argument sounds correct. It like sounds good. It sounds like a good argument.
She's very good at analytical arguments. That
Yeah.
Belle.
But like it's not true, and I
But
disagree with it.
GTA
But it
5,
sounds
GTA 5, I
correct.
think has the best story in the bullet. GTA 5 is literally just like
It probably
to me,
does.
GTA 5 is like a 10 out of 10 action comedy put inside of a video game. Like,
They gotta
think-
make GTA 5 in 3D.
yeah,
GTA 5 3D. Riley would play that shit. He put on his 3D.
I would
glasses.
watch if they made like GTA 5 the movie where like I could just watch all the cutscenes and they were like new connecting scenes instead of having to play the game. I would watch that.
They were doing the fucking Grand Theft Hamlet movie or whatever.
I heard about this Grand Theft Hamlet shit where somebody made Hamlet in GTA 5 and it was in theaters. What the fuck was up with that?
What?
Neon distributed it too. It was distributed.
Who
by
distributed it?
fucking Neon. Neon. They distributed like Anora.
And he distributed it in GTA 5 Hamlet.
They
Yeah,
distributed
it's
a
literally-
GTA 5. Like, was it made in like GTA 5 director mode, or was
Yes,
it like
it's
a?
literally it's literally like a let's play of GTA 5 where they're doing a Hamlet.
It's so it's a
like fucking
machinima.
Gmod skit. It's literally a machinima of Hamlet. And they're like fucking like half of it is just like them laughing at their own jokes.
So it's like an exploding
It's,
TNT video.
it's like a fucking. It's like
Yeah.
a Snapcube real-time fandom in theaters.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
fucking awesome.
Jamie, pull that up.
I love that movie. But I was but yeah, back to the 3D shit. I just kind of stopped. I think I really just COVID because of COVID. You know, obviously stopped watching as many movies in the theater in general.
I was back in that theater
Um,
the second it opened, dog. I saw it was like June of 2020 because Florida was one of the first to open. And I remember I saw Space Jam for the first time in theaters in
oh,
2020
The
because they
original
had no
Space
new
Jam?
movies, so they were
dude,
yeah, so they had no new movies. So they were playing old movies. So I saw Space Jam for the first time in theaters in 2020, and it was pretty good. I liked Space
I have a
Jam.
I have a crazy Space Jam theater story. So my local theater, not really local, it's like a 15-minute drive, but whatever. They have fucking like they play old movies all the time. Generally in Minnesota, like every theater they play old movies all the time.
There's a theater
Um,
near me that like plays a mix of old and new, but like it's
yeah,
like it's way farther than the one that's closest to me, so I just go there
yeah.
whenever I want to see a movie.
But they have a program called Flashback Cinema where every month they play like 5 classic movies. And so for my birthday one year, uh, because every movie theater has like a birthday party service,
Mhm.
um, we were gonna go see Space Jam, but the timing wasn't lining up. And they were like, "Oh shit, okay, we can just change the show time for the birthday
Whoa.
party."
Holy shit.
And they just changed the show time to like an hour later.
Oh.
It's like insane. Like, what about the
Because
people that
nobody
bought
bought a
tickets?
ticket to Space Jam.
Hey,
There was, I think they said like there was one person that they had to refund. I was like, what the fuck?
oh my god. Hey, the birthday girl gets to watch the movie in the theater on her birthday at the right time, okay?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
fact.
Like,
I'm trying to.
can you
I think
imagine
the
telling
only
somebody
time I've
can you imagine telling somebody who bought a ticket who had like serious plans, right? Like what if they flew in from out of the country to watch this movie? They're like they just flew up.
Space Jam.
He's like a Nigerian immigrant who had never been to a movie. They have movie theaters in Nigeria. What's like a third world country? Nigeria is not a third world country.
Um, not Ethiopia. I don't know.
They're like Haitian refugees. Like a group of Haitian refugees come here on a plane.
Trying to see Space Jam.
And they're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so ready to see Space Jam 2." And they're like, "Sorry." They're like, "Sorry, some kid's birthday, so you can't see it. And you have to go back to Ethiopia, or you have to go back to Haiti."
Hell yeah. Yeah,
You see,
so
Belle was gonna see Space Jam 2 with her movie pass, but then there was a kid with cancer,
Yeah.
and
um so yeah, I did see Black Widow when it came out in June 2020 in
Oh
3D.
God. I watched like 30 minutes
and
of that movie, and
boy.
I nothing happened, and it was bad.
it,
That's when I
I was
rage quit the
so
MCU.
mad.
By the way, I literally watched every MCU
Yeah,
movie up until Black Widow.
Up to Black Widow, and that was it.
Yeah, and like
pretty good
30 minutes into Black Widow, I was like, "Yep, I can't do it. I'm done with
Yeah,
the MCU."
MCU's
Black Widow.
washed. It's over.
Black Widow is the point where you can just sort of start picking and choosing.
Obviously, I
Um,
watched Spider-Man and Deadpool 3, but other
yeah,
than that,
yeah.
Spider-Man doesn't miss.
yeah.
Bell seems to
Uh,
think that he misses, but he does not actually.
I mean, if you do count like ironic hits as genuine hits,
It's not ironic. All three
The
Tom Holland
Amazing
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
movies are
2.
no. I'm talking about the Tom
No.
Holland ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think. When did I
You
say any of
you
them were
don't
misses?
you shit on No Way Home? I thought you were a No Way
No,
Home shitter on her.
I don't I don't love No Way Home, but I think it's okay.
Okay.
That's
I
pretty
still
much
kind
my
of like
opinion on
it.
it. I think it like leans way too heavily into the like the fight scene, you know? Like that's supposed to be what blows your mind about the
Yeah.
movie. And it just wasn't that. Like, I don't know, I'm just not like a huge like fight scene kind of person. Like in One Piece, when
Once you
when a fight lasts a whole like 4 episodes, I'm just like I can't do it.
No, but those I feel like anime fights are more fun because they always do a bunch of like goofy, crazy super moves. Whereas in like a Marvel movie, they're just kind of like punching each other and shooting lasers, and they never really get that
yeah.
creative with it.
It's really once you rewatch. I feel like when you rewatch Spider-Man No Way Home, a lot of the magic kind of fades
Can we
because it's
watch?
like super hype at first.
I meant to watch the. I gotta find the like extended cut that they ran in theaters for a while that I didn't get the chance to go see.
Yeah, I remember like I posted a tweet back then that was like the good thing about like Marvel is that half of their characters are just like fucking snarky douchebags, so they can just name their movies like dumb shit and just say it's like in character. So they named that movie like the super fun epic version or something.
I think it was Spider-Man No Way Home with more extra stuff or something stupid like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Can we all agree that
It
the
was in
worst?
Peter Parker's handwriting.
Can we all agree that the worst like epic battle scene in a movie is fucking Ready Player One?
I
I
think
actually the
the
Ready
worst
Player One
movie
kind of
is
worked
Ready
on
Player
me.
One.
That's my guilt. That's my guilty thing I have to admit is Ready Player One kind of worked on me. I liked Ready Player
I
One.
can't do like
I love Ready Player One. It's
it's
so
literally
funny.
like watching like it's literally like watching like in you know those like
I did see. I saw Chucky the doll and I soy faced. Okay.
do you know those like YouTube
Fucking-
videos where it's like 500 Nazis versus 5 or like 5 million Nazis versus 5 million clone troopers battle simulator? You know what I'm talking about?
What?
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Like
yeah.
or like it's like literally watching like two ant colonies go to war. Like the battle was too much and they were
Yeah.
all copyrighted characters that like, you know, whichever one you see
It's so
distracts you from everything else that's
Ultimate
going on.
showdown of
that was the
ultimate
worst part of the movie.
destiny.
Like that's the only part of the movie that like wasn't funny at all.
Yeah.
There was so much hilarious shit in that movie. The best line in the history of cinema is in that movie. It's you killed my mom's sister.
Was that the movie where I'm trying to remember? There was a very similar movie to Ready Player One, or maybe it was Ready Player One. But there was like a chick, and like she was hot, but she had a weird bird on her face, and it was treated as if she was like an inconsolably
That is
ugly
Ready Player
creature.
One. Yeah, it
Is
wasn't
that
even
Ready
like a
Player
weird
One?
bird. It was like a fucking like scratch. It was like a cat scratch.
It's like, oh man, oh I can't let anybody see me. I'm so ugly now.
yeah. And like the main character like agrees with her. He's like, yo, that's crazy. Even though you're fucking ugly, I still love you though. It's like, what are you talking about?
She's very pretty, actually. She just has like a scar. It's very mean
Yeah,
of you to think of it like this.
it wasn't even a big scar. It was like a little one. She covered it with like 3 hairs. Um, but yeah, and then so in like around like 2021, I watched No Way Home in 3D with Kai actually. That was a
Oh
pretty epic
wow,
experience.
deep lore.
When I rewatched No Way Home in the theater with Kai, I was just like in a shitty mood, and so the whole time I was just kind of like trolling the theater for liking the movie, and I was like, I was like laughing, like fake laughing really hard at like every
Wow.
joke.
You
I'm
really
imagining everybody like clapping when like Andrew Garfield comes on the screen and Belle being like, "Oh come on!"
No, no,
you really
I
trolled
was
them epic
clapping
style.
even harder, and I was like, whoa! Let's go! Yeah.
You really
And I was,
trolled
like,
everyone epic
fucking
style by ruining the movie for a bunch of people who haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
Yep.
Man, if
It was
only
really
I wish I
epic.
could like I wish I could pay a reasonable price to just like rent one showing of a movie of my choosing, because like you only ever get this experience with like the shittiest movies that nobody wants to see. But having a theater to yourself is so awesome when you're like hanging
Yeah.
out with people. Like me and
Madam
back
Web.
in the HalseyCon days when I was doing the Rad movie review podcast, the only podcast I've ever had with IRL friends. We went and saw Clifford. We went and saw the Clifford the Big Red Dog movie, and the
Oh,
theater was empty. And we were just hanging out and eating snacks that we snuck in, and like banting over Clifford the Big Red Dog, and it was great.
hell yeah.
Spice Dry says, "Hey
That
guys, welcome
seems
back
like
to the Transfat Experience. Welcome back, you, to the Transfat Experience, Squeebo. Hope you're having a good time. This is the best episode we've ever done so
Woo!
far, and it's probably gonna go to shit now that you're here.
Yes.
Um,
um. Already shit.
yeah,
There
already,
you go.
literally
It's
the
over.
first dead air, the first dead air right after I read Squeebo's chat. The first dead air happens. It's crazy.
But yeah, so like I I sort of fell out of 3D movies. The biggest thing that broke it for me was I saw the
We still
fucking
talk about
the Shang-Chi movie in 3D, and I was like, fuck this, I'm done.
fucking
Like it was
Shang.
because it was fucking like gray. It was like a fucking black and white with the 3D glasses. Like it gave me such a headache, and that was where I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm done. The only 3D that I like is like when they have like crazy good 3D glasses that don't dim the picture at all.
Yeah,
But anyways, we should move into 4D, I think.
I think we should
I
talk about
remember real
4D.
quick. One more thing I had to say was I remember the switch. I remember the cultural switch between the like paper 3D glasses that were like the colors or whatever, like whatever colors they are. I don't even remember at this point. But like
Blue and
my
red.
earliest, yeah, my earliest 3D memories were with those glasses, and I remember when it evolved and they got the like sleek black 3D glasses that you could get. And it was
Yeah.
hell yeah, these are like cool sunglasses, but they're 3D glasses. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Life has been with the sunglass 3D glasses. I've never experienced the other ones.
Yeah, you're too young for that. But in my youngest of ages, I had the paper ones, but then I got the sunglass. I would leave those on after the movie because they just looked so
Yeah.
cool.
I've stolen pairs
What,
of
do you
3D
ever?
glasses before from movie theaters, or my
I
family
think I've
has with
stolen.
me.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to give them back. Yeah, I definitely stole them all the
Yeah,
time.
I've stolen every fucking pair of 3D glasses I've ever gotten. I have like a stash. Um, but like you look when you look in the mirror, like with the 3D glasses on, it looks so crazy. It looks like you're in 3D.
No, it doesn't. That's not how
Whoa.
3D glasses work.
Yeah, I know, but it does.
When I
Wait, 4D.
4D, um, Belle, I want you to start. Have you ever seen a 4D movie?
I have 4D again. I feel like you guys don't understand because it says the downfall of 4D. 4D is still very much alive and well.
No, it's not.
4D,
4D is gone.
literally, no, 4DX. Do you know about 4DX?
What is
No.
4DX? Is this the next level of 4D?
No, it's a 4D program where again, like literally every blockbuster, every state has like one or two 4D theaters, and every blockbuster movie gets like a 4D cut. I saw The Flash in 4D. I saw Captain Marvel in 4D. I saw I think Shazam in 4D. And basically how it is they shake the fuck out of your chair and they spray shit in your face.
Oh my god.
That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's like
What
they
happens during the 4D cut of The Flash? Tell me what happened to you while you were
Yeah.
watching The Flash.
so
What was the experience like?
I
I'm so
actually
glad we
saw
have Belle on because Belle, when we're talking about like movie theaters, like Belle is like the best to talk to.
Bell is the subject matter expert on movie theaters.
Yeah. This was so for anyone listening, and this was before I was educated on the conflict. I was not aware at the time. I was I was 12 or 13 or something. I was the conflict hadn't become like as big as it is now, and I wasn't really aware of it. But I did
What do we think she's
see.
spending 10 minutes justifying right now? Can we guess? What,
Hold on. Squeebo says, my take on the subject is that 4DX is a 4D film presentation system developed by CJ 4D Plex, a subsidiary of South Korea cinema chain CJ CGV. It allows films to be augmented with various practical effects, including motion, seats, wind, strobe lights, stimulated snow, and scents. Just my opinion. Cancel me all you want.
Um,
Bad take.
so, yeah, unfortunately, I did see The Flash 4D in Israel.
Oh.
You were in Israel and you saw
Yeah.
this?
It was like I
Okay.
was in Israel like immediately before the conflict blew up.
What is Israel like? What is
Oh,
their
it blew
primary
up all
language?
right.
It's not English, is it? Or is it?
Is it Hebrew or Yiddish?
I don't know
Um,
what they
it's
speak there.
it's mostly Hebrew.
I thought
Um,
Hebrew that nobody speaks it anymore.
no, they mostly speak Hebrew over there. But everyone also is fluent in English from where I was.
I thought that
in my
Hebrew was a
school.
dead language. This is like
No.
something I used to hear all the time. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
What?
So
I swear
basically,
people used to tell me Hebrew was a dead. Did I just like grow up in an anti-Semitic family and I didn't even know? I thought that Hebrew was not a language anymore.
every
He
Israeli
went to
movie
Hamas
theater
Elementary School.
every Israeli movie theater I went to, oh, holy shit! Oh my god!
Did you go to Hamas Cinema?
What the fuck? He's still going. He won't stop. What the fuck? It's not that funny.
I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Riley just thinks Hamas is the funniest thing ever, I guess.
Yeah. Um.
It's funny his laughter's getting
Jesus.
cut out. You just see him laughing maniacally, but with no sound.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not making any sound. I'm like still laughing, but it's no longer making sounds.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I'm good.
So every Israeli movie theater I went to was like the shittiest movie theater I've ever been to in my life. Like they're all tied for the number one worst. Um, but the Flash in 4D was basically like they like every time the Flash ran, it was like the fucking jolted your chair across the room.
Oh my god.
It was, and like every time like a character like turns their head or anything, like your chair like shakes to the side. And like
That sounds
anytime
terrible.
That sounds
anytime
so awful.
anytime anyone shoots like a gun or like shoots lightning or whatever, there's like a massive like flash, like a literal like giant flash like on this like next to the screen, like a phone flash or whatever, like a flashlight
Mm-hmm.
that just like fucking blinds you for a second. Uh, and then they also have like machines that like spray smells everywhere. Um, whenever whenever there's water, they have a water switch where you can have it on or off if you want. But if it's on, like whenever there's water, they just spray a shit ton of water in your face. Um, and so that's basically what it's like.
It's so stupid. Why do they do that?
They also have a machine under the chair that like kicks your ankles for some reason.
Yeah, during a fight scene, they have a huge guy
Yeah, they
that
just,
comes
like,
in and
shoot
punches
at
you in the
you.
face.
Yeah. Well, I also saw Deadpool and Wolverine in 4D.
What? Why didn't you tell us this
Oh
on the review?
shit. Yeah,
No,
why didn't we
it was a
talk about
rewatch.
this?
It was a
Oh,
rewatch.
okay.
Um,
Was that in Israel
was-
too?
it-
Did you go back to Israel? Squeebo said Schindler's List in 4D.
They jump out of the screen and gas me.
What would be the worst movie to see in 4D in Israel?
No other land.
The
That's
Prince
probably
of
the worst
Egypt.
movie to see. No Other Land is probably the worst movie to see in 4D in Israel. But yeah, so yeah, 4D, like basically every like theme park has like those 4D rides or whatever, and so
Yeah.
basically like 4D movies now are just like 4D rides, but like even more intense and for
And like
a feature length
longer.
run. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a vibe though.
Huh. Interesting.
That's fair. Like I feel like I would be endeared. I've never done it. Have
Yeah.
you done it, Demi Gloom?
Well, we're gonna dive deep into some Debbie Gloom lore, but I want to make sure Bella's
Okay,
finished talking
let's
about
hear it.
her 4D experiences.
But yeah, most of the first
Spice
one I
tries.
saw was
Sorry,
fucking
Spice
Marvel
tries.
in
Squeebo
LA.
says no other land in 4D is just what it's like living in Israel. Lamau.
In Israel, the movie takes place in Gaza, Squeebo. You did that movie doesn't take place in Israel.
You
That
gotta
movie's
see
in
you don't mess
Gaza.
with the Sohan in 4D in Israel.
Yeah. But yeah, so like most of the 4D movies I've seen have either been in New York or LA. Because the theaters in Minnesota are just like so far away. But yeah, pretty much every like big major city has one.
Interesting. I'm gonna look up the closest one to me.
I just had $1 million idea. Okay, here it is. Right.
Okay.
This has got to be like a live show that you charge like a lot of money for a ticket because it involves a high profile comedic actor who would probably need a lot of money to do it. So it couldn't just be at a theme park. But imagine, right? Borat 4D, and you go in there, and they got the whole setup, and like for a while it's like a regular 4D movie. Like they spray you with the water, they shake your fucking chair around, and you're watching like a Borat movie. And then at some point Borat walks through a door, and then he walks into the theater for real, and then Borat's actually there.
Yo.
You know what the next level would be to this idea?
What?
Imagine it's like a movie, right? Except it's just like
No.
the actors on the stage acting for the audience.
Whoa.
Yo.
Nobody's ever done that before, have they?
No, but okay. What I mean though is like it's the setup of the movie leading into it, and then you get to like interact with him. Like he's in the stands, like interacting with the people.
It's like in Megalopolis.
It's an interactive Borat experience where you just get to hang out with Borat, and he'll make silly jokes at you.
It's not a movie.
They just stop the movie. They just stop the movie, and he just hangs out with you.
That's the plot of the movie. Like it ties into the movie itself. As at some point in the movie, he walks through a door, and then the screen just stops, and then that's when he walks into the theater.
Through a door.
And then eventually he leaves, and then the movie ends. The movie keeps going, and then it ends.
It's like in Megalopolis where they had this scene where Megalopolis is so. Do you know what I'm talking about with Megalopolis? Where they had
I've never seen Megalopolis or heard
I don't know
about
what that
anything
is.
about it except that it's good.
So
I've heard that it's
thinking
good.
of a different movie. Megalopolis is a Francis Ford Coppola film that is like roundly considered like one of the shittiest movies of it was like one of the biggest bombs of 2024.
I think we're thinking of the same movie, but I think just like Mumkey and all of his friends all liked it. And that's my only game.
It was mentioned in the same breath as Joker 2 a lot. But
Joker, can you watch Joker 2 in 4D?
I'm sure they did have a 4D cut.
That would be so funny.
Can you watch like a
but-
Serbian film in 4D?
Oh God.
Oh my god, so many jokes I want to make.
Me too,
Yeah,
but
and
let's.
I think me and Dell
No, no,
both
no, no, no.
immediately had the same joke.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so fuck yeah. In Megalopolis, there's a scene where the idea was Adam Driver is being interviewed, and this dude comes into the theater for real and asks Adam Driver the questions, and then he answers the dude. But unfortunately, they
Oh,
couldn't do
shit.
that. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that for every showing. So when you actually go see the movie, it's just like silence
And then
for
Adam
the most
Driver
part.
answering
Oh,
And then
questions with.
Adam Driver's answer questions. They just didn't add in like an actual interviewer into the cut.
That's
It's just like
horrible.
They can't just hire one dude to do that throughout the run of fucking Megalopolis.
yeah.
Squeebo made the joke I was
It's
trying to make. I was planning on making this whole time is that when are we going to make this podcast in 4D?
Yeah.
And we were talking
They
about
said-
that off
no,
air
no,
where I was
Squeebo
like,
said all that changes you you can smell Riley.
"Oh God."
Every time Riley coughs, it sprays a little bit of water in your face like he spit on you.
I will say to break the kayfabe behind the baseball. I smell pretty good today. I usually don't smell very good when we do this show.
Riley, you admitted to me
No.
that you use body spray that's cheaper than X. You can't afford X. You go cheaper than that. You go below X body spray.
I do go below Axe. I'm wearing bod.
But, the weird thing about 4D is that the fourth dimension is time. So I don't know
Whoa.
what the fuck any of this 4D shit has to do with time.
Oh, shut up, you fucking nerd.
No, it is
you
true.
geek.
Like the fourth dimension isn't like you can't translate a movie into 4D like that. It doesn't work.
It's not 4D, it's just true 3D. That's what it really should be called. But like
Yeah. It would have to be like 4D would have to be like
interactive 3D.
4D would have to be like the movie ends before it starts.
Okay. that sounds great.
The movie just goes backwards.
Yeah, you just
Like
see
it takes
Peter
like the
leave.
scene select from the DVD and just plays it backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's the scene select from the DVD, and every chair has a remote, and it's people just fighting. Like,
Yeah.
you ever played a video game with somebody, like a 2-player game
Me when
video
I
game with
want to watch
somebody?
Blue, but that dumb bitch just wants to watch Orange or whatever the
Yeah,
meme is.
yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever played a video game with somebody and like you're on the menu and like player 1 and player 2 can control the menu and you're like fucking around with the other person?
Yeah.
Like that's what a
That's
4D movie is.
I'm usually the one on the receiving end of that, and it annoys me greatly.
Shout out to my
Um,
sister for pausing in the middle of a fighting game every 5 seconds to fuck with me.
That's happened to me before too. I've done that one to people actually, now that I think about it.
I've done that with Mario Kart before. Which I do want to.
You gonna buy the new Mario Kart for
you.
$80?
I'm not buying the new fucking Mario Kart. That you have no idea how big of a deal it is that I'm not buying the new Mario Kart. Like
I'm definitely gonna buy
I-
the new Mario Kart, and I think
I
you are
love-
too. I think we're all kicking and screaming and having our little baby
No,
fits, and
I
then we're gonna
can't.
get Mario
I
Kart.
fucking can't. Because I'm not gonna make the money to do it, and I'm not gonna convince fucking adults to pay $500 for a video game and a Switch. It's like so fucking. I love Mario Kart more than I love most of my closest friends, and I am still not buying a new Mario Kart for $80. I fucking refuse.
I'll get it used.
But you can't. You literally can't.
That's true. I remember back in like 2000, like when did Triforce Heroes come out? What year was that? Like 2016 or something. Let me look it
I
up.
think it was like 2013 or 2014.
No, it's not that old.
maybe 2015. I think it's 2015 because Triforce
Yeah,
Heroes is
2015.
the. Yeah. Okay.
Um, like I remember back in like 2015, you could get a used game. You could like get any game used like a month after it came out from GameStop,
No,
and it was like at least
the thing
$10
is,
cheaper. But that's not a
no,
thing
dude, you
anymore.
don't understand. The new Mario Kart game is literally impossible to get a used copy
Is it
because the
what is it digital only?
because do you know how the game cards on Nintendo Switch 2 work?
No.
Well, it's how physical games have worked for like thousands of years now, and
No, no,
everything
no,
else. Where you
no,
have to.
no, 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 no. It is not like the Nintendo Switch 1 cards or whatever. It's like the fucking
Yeah,
Xbox One original thing where you have to. It's just a license to download the game.
it's like an Xbox One or a PS4 or an
Yeah,
Xbox Series X or a PS5.
because the PS4 actually, the PS5 actually does include the game data often. Like it does include. You have to download it, but it does include the game data.
Same with
Um,
Xbox One. Originally, the Xbox One you couldn't sell a used copy of the
yeah.
game, but you can now. They changed it.
Yeah, but like how the Switch 2 works is it literally just takes you to the eShop and it's like you can download it now. It's like it's just a download code.
That's so great for media preservation, you know?
Yeah.
That's so. Wait, I didn't realize it was that fucked.
That was the thing that really like
I didn't watch the
convinced
direct.
me
That's
that
I
I'm
never
not
got a
fucking
chance to
getting it.
watch it. I was working, so I don't even know what they revealed besides $80 Mario Kart and new Donkey Kong, and that's about it. Is what I know.
Squeebo says
$90 if you want the box with the download code.
Squeebo says Mo made a surprisingly good point when he pointed out how games used to be $90+, but people didn't buy games; they rented them from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna rent
And,
Mario
and
Kart.
Mo was complaining in the Issue Crew group chat today about it, and I made fun of him. I was like, "Well, I'm an adult with a job, and I can't afford Kirby's Air Ride." Well,
Do you think Kirby's Air
and that
Ride, the new Kirby Air Ride, is gonna have Item Bounce, the song?
I
I have
hope
a I
so.
have a, I have a tragic admission to make. I've never played Kirby Air Ride 1.
Wait,
I've also
do you
never
guys know the
played
song?
Kirby Air Ride. Yeah,
No.
you showed this to me. This really like this song with a lot of anti-Semitic comments due to the
Yeah.
nature of how it sounds.
Hell yeah.
This is literally like the most infamous thing about Kirby Air Ride is that the comment section of this song, which I will play on stream in just a second, but I'll put it in chat so you guys can like play the first 5 seconds of it on your own. Is that the comment section? It's like I saw like an Instagram post. It was like, find me like a more concentrated congregation of anti-Semites on the internet than Kirby Air Ride Item Bounce OST comment section. And I was like, what? How is a Kirby Air Ride song anti-Semitic? And then I press play, and it's this, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh.
It's kind of funny.
Oh boy, I hope my coin tax goes to the Mushroom Kingdom Disaster Relief Program, the humble Kirby. Instead of focusing on fixing the problems in the Mushroom Kingdom, we've sent 20 billion coins to Dreamland.
Yeah.
I already see a new comment on here that says this was playing in my head when the price for those games dropped.
Okay.
I can't believe Kirby had secret tunnels underneath DDD's castle. Isn't it weird every time something happens to Kirby, the
Man,
news
what was
uses
up with
words like
that?
killed or slaughtered? But when it's Waddle Dees, they use passive words like impacted or died. Really makes you think.
Remember how the Jews had tunnels? Whatever happened with that?
So they figured out that it was a synagogue that was just an old building, and they had a bunch of tunnels. It was literally just one synagogue that had a bunch of tunnels in it, and they illegally, there was a bunch of illegally dug tunnels like throughout the city, and the attendees of that synagogue like refused to fill up the tunnels.
Yup.
That was it.
Why were they like using them and popping in and out of them for fun?
I don't know. They just wanted a bunch of tunnels throughout the city.
Please do not question any further. We need to keep this under wraps.
Okay.
This is a top secret mission.
I would like to point out that we do have a Jewish person in the call right
Yeah,
now.
I'm Jewish, guys. I'm holding
Yeah,
back
yeah,
a lot.
she
I'm
has the
holding
pass.
back
She
a
has the
lot.
pass.
I'm holding back a lot right now. I got a warning on TikTok because I made an anti-Semitic video.
What was your anti-Semitic video? Why would you do that?
I was based. I was just talking about how the TikTok moderators are Jewish for removing my comment.
Oh, that's not funny.
Eh.
But yeah, I was gonna say so we were talking about fucking 4D. What you were gonna say a deep tragic story about 4D.
Squeebo says,
Well,
"Are you guys
yeah.
telling me if you had a secret tunnel system around your city that only your friend group knew about, you wouldn't use it?" True. It's very
Yeah,
true.
fair.
I would totally use it.
There's an abandoned building near me that's unlocked, and I always get tempted to go in there, but I never do.
Right, like you would fall through the floor.
Maybe so. But we were just like walking one day, and I was me and a buddy of mine, and I was like, is there still something in there? What's in there?" And he's like, "No, there used to be something in here, but I'm pretty sure they closed down a long time ago." And we just walked up to the building, and he like turned the knob on one of the back doors, and it just opened.
Huh.
Damn. Riley's
And
just
he
doing all this as a cover up to make it so that people don't know that he's the one that's been masturbating in there every day for years.
Okay, that's not funny.
I've only ever been in there once no, I didn't even go in, but like I was just outside while my friend was in there. I was like, "Is there anything in there?" He was like, "Not really. It's just like nothing." And I was like, "Okay." And then we never went back. But I'm like, I never got to see what it was. I'm still curious.
Damn. I love abandoned buildings. They're a lot of fun.
I'm not legally allowed to comment on whether or not I've been inside of an abandoned building, but if I have been,
What the fuck do you mean?
it would have been quite a few, and it would have been really fun.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Were you in like a top secret abandoned laboratory? What do you mean legally not allowed?
Then we go into Area 51, abandoned building.
Yeah. Abandoned building, Area 51.
There's nothing.
Then we
in
go
there,
to Area 50.
Area 50.
yeah. You accidentally went to Area 50. Okay, but what's your epic story? What's your epic tragic story about 4D?
Yeah, what's the
So-
Demigloom backstory here?
I went to Legoland Discovery Center in Chicago. If you don't know what that is, it's not Legoland. It's not a Legoland park. It is essentially a Lego museum. So they have one ride where it's like
Lego
it's
what?
Lego
A
museum.
Lego museum? Museum?
Basically, it's a building where they have like
A museum?
they have like a McDonald's play place, right? They have like a McDonald's play place and like a ball pit
Can
of
you
like
repeat, please? I don't think I can. I don't think I quite got what you said there.
shut up.
Museum?
It's essentially a museum.
Museum.
How do you say it?
Museum.
Museum?
Yeah.
It's not museum.
Museum.
No.
No.
The E is before the U, like in the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yes.
You never say museum.
No.
It's like a Lego park just inside a building. They have rides and builds. Demi's seriously downplaying it. No, I'm not. So I was gonna explain it. Okay. Basically, this Lego
Okay.
museum. It still sounds funny when I say it.
Because you said museum. It's museum. Museum.
Museum. This Lego museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been saying museum my whole life. Riley, how come when you laugh you do this? You have to look up.
Because I'm fat.
They Thankfully, we caught this before Debbie Gloom recorded her new hit song Museum.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
every lyric is rhyming with museum.
Night at the Museum.
I
Night
have
at
to
the
rewrite my
museum.
whole album. Museum time.
Shit. The
No.
gimmick was that every word rhymed with museum.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm at the museum
Go
like
on.
Ryu from Street Fighter. That was the song. And I can't use that anymore.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
No.
No.
Okay. So, Legoland Discovery Center is basically a you know what? Museum, a
Yeah.
Lego museum, and basically they have like Lego statues everywhere, cool Lego builds and shit. There's one ride where it's like a roller coaster, but it doesn't go up or down. It just goes in like a circle, and there's like medieval shit, and you just look at statues of Lego guys, and it's there's like a McDonald's play place with like a ball pit, but it's like giant Lego bricks that actually click together, which is kind of cool. And there's like a
Dope
little
as hell.
there's a little spot where you can like there's like a little spot where there's like little containers of Legos where you can like build a car and test it or whatever. And they have like different like day-to-day activities, like today is a build a car day at Legoland. You test your car, and whoever's car, like in 7th grade, in like wood shop where you build the wooden car and see who has the best one, basically that, but Lego. um yeah, I don't know.
Did you take woodshop? Is woodshop a real class? I feel like woodshop's a scam that they sold to us on TV.
I
Because
went to
I've
wood shop.
never I've never heard of a woodshop class in real life. Only on
I didn't
television
I
have I
didn't
heard
have
of woodshop.
I had a wood shop unit in a class called like Technology 101.
Okay.
But like there was a room with like, all the wood shop stuff. Like we did all the stereotypical wood shop stuff in that class. Belle, did you have wood shop?
Interesting.
I don't.
Oh.
I
What do
have.
you mean did
I'm
you?
at.
Do you have woodshop?
I thought it was more of a middle school thing.
I mean,
Was
I
it?
think it's an
I didn't think they
option
would
at
let
my
middle
school,
schoolers
but
do that stuff. I figured it had to be a high school thing. They're like using saws and shit. They're not gonna let middle
They have
schoolers
wood
do
shop
that.
in Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Oh, do they? I forgot about wood shop in that show.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
didn't really watch
I
that
think
one
it's an
that much.
option.
Like I liked it, but like it wasn't on as much as like Drake and Josh and iCarly. So like I didn't see that many episodes.
Interesting.
iCarly is like the most disgusting on I like fucking evil. That show is actually just like soft core cheese pizza.
Yeah, we could talk about that another day. I want to talk about 4D right now.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm just
isn't there a scene from like Drake and Josh where like one of the kids gets like mayonnaise rubbed in her feet or some shit? What if you watch
No,
that in
that's not
4?
Drake and Josh. That's iCarly.
Okay,
that's
That has to
iCarly.
be.
imagine that scene in 4D where they pour mayonnaise on your feet.
Oh God. Ah. Oh man.
Yeah,
And now I'm imagining the Dan Schneider 4D experience and all
Dan
that would
you go to the you go to Nickelodeon, you go to like the Nickelodeon studios, you go to like the Nickelodeon theme park, and it's just Dan Schneider's 4D, and it's just Dan Schneider's 4D experience, and it's just all like really creepy shit.
I can't
It's
believe
just
that
all
dude
you
made
watch
the
things
Nickelodeon.
happen to Miranda Cosgrove's feet on the screen and then they happen to your feet.
Yeah, Jesus Christ,
I can't believe that dude made the Nickelodeon logo a foot.
he didn't do that. That was the
That did
animation
happen
division.
for a while.
That was the
Oh, that was the
animation
animation.
division.
Okay,
It had nothing to do
okay,
with
You
the
know they
animation.
did. You know why they did it. Like they knew it was making money on the network at that time
Yeah,
because kids thought it was funny and realized Dan Schneider was getting off on it.
yeah. But anyways, my 4D
okay.
experience, the Legoland in Chicago, Legoland Discovery Center in Chicago has I can't get over this Dan Schneider 4D thing. The Lego, the Legoland in Chicago has a quote unquote 4D theater, and I watched a spin off short film of one of my favorite childhood films of all time. That being Lego The Adventures of Clutch Powers. So,
Oh hell yeah!
Lego The Adventures of Clutch Powers,
Classic.
a 4D adventure, is a short film that is now lost media. At least like the full like HD footage of it
What?
is now lost media. There's only cam rips of it.
Holy shit!
I actually initiated the lost
Oh,
media
wait.
search for it, and people found cam rips and stuff, but they
Yeah.
never found the actual thing. But Demi Gloom lore.
Never contact the Lost Media Wiki. This is just a public service announcement. Never give, like, if you find Lost Media, never give it to the Lost Media Wiki, because they just hoard that shit.
They hoard that shit.
What,
What do you
like
mean?
they don't put it out? It
Yeah,
seems like they
just keep
do.
it. No, they only post like when you go to their website and all their shit is posted. It's all from like YouTube links and shit. Like they don't release. If you give them your lost media, they just keep it. They did it with the fucking Backyardigans pilot.
What do you mean they keep it?
They just kept the like they've just fucking hoarded the video file. Like it turned out that they had it the whole time, but they refused to release it.
Huh. So they just shared it among like their elites on the
Yeah.
forum.
Yeah.
Check this shit out. We're one of 10 people that gets to see the fucking Backyardigans pilot. How lucky are we?
yeah.
Do they
So
try to like
cool.
auction it off or anything, or are they just literally like?
No, they just refuse to release it.
I think the Drake and Josh pilot is still lost media. We gotta find that. There's like a different dad in it. It's weird.
Oh,
The Family Guy pilot, apparently it was just out there for like 5 fucking years and no one knew it was until like a week ago.
That's really funny.
I could have sworn I saw that like years ago, and like I saw people saying it was found, and I was like, I've seen at least clips from this.
No, it was like clips. Like there were like screenshots and shit that were found for a while, but like no one had like the full thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the
I
bathroom.
definitely
real quick.
remember seeing a clip.
You guys keep talking about the Lost Media Wiki or something, and I'll come back and talk about Clutch Powers, the 4D adventure.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
I
Riley,
love Lost
you're the
Media.
only camera right now.
That's the people should not be seeing me in this big of a frame right now. At least I'm in
love Lost
144p, so it's fine.
What's your favorite piece of Lost Media?
I don't know if I have one that hasn't been found at this point. Like I had my lost media phase, and I feel like every story that I followed, and I can't even like name one that I can think of, but like every story that I followed was either proved to be fake or found. Like a day with SpongeBob SquarePants. I remember being interested in that one.
It was so funny. It was like a fucking 5-year hunt, and then the
For
guy
something
came out
that
and
did
was
not
like,
exist.
what? The guy came out and was like, "Oh shit, y'all, this is not real." Mine is like right now. It is kind of just like everyone's favorite, but the original Jeff the Killer image. I need that shit.
So here's a lost media case that I stumbled upon recently, and it still might just be that Grok is completely stupid. So this is coming from Grok, so take it with a grain of
It's
salt.
coming from Grok.
It's
Why are
coming
you
from
taking
Grok.
anything from Grok?
I like fucking around with ChatGPT, and they put ChatGPT in my Twitter, so now it's easier to get to. So I just fuck around with Grok. And I was sometimes I'll just be like, tell me about things that blank person I like has done. And it'll be like, here's some things that they've done. And I did it for Asterios. And it gave me this thing about some sketch show that I figured was just like an AI fabrication. So I was like, hey, usually when that happens, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure this doesn't exist," and the AI will be like, "Oh right, sorry, I fucked up." But I did my usual, "Hey, I'm pretty sure this doesn't exist," and the AI was like, "No, no, no, this does exist. It's very hard to find." Because it seems to have just been sold from like a bootleg DVD website in LA and nobody ever bought it or saw it.
Did,
But there
did you
is
Google
reference
it?
to it online.
Did
Let
you
me
Google
see if
it?
I can find the Grok history and then see what it wanted me to Google to get it. I don't remember if I
You
ever
never
dug
Googled
deeper.
it?
I
You
wasn't
are
that.
fucking.
This was just. I didn't even think about it. I was just like doing this one day, and I was like, "Huh, that's fucking weird."
What are we debating the
Let me
existence
see
of?
if. Let me see if I still have this history. So
Riley is
apparently,
supposedly excited about a lost media piece that Grok told him about, and he hasn't looked up anything else about it, just like what Grok
I'm
told
not.
him.
I was just like vaguely interested in it because the AI like insisted it was real. Because usually when AI makes up fake shit, and I'm like, that's fake shit, it's like you're right. And this time it did not do that. And the AI seems to think that Asterios was in some weird like sketch show that they sold on some backwater website on DVDs. That's like you can't find it anywhere.
Why don't you ask Asterios?
I should just ask Asterios. That's true. He does know me.
You and Asterios are chill, right? There's no beef.
Yeah, no, I don't think we have any
Um,
beef. I think I kind of have beef on my side because he blew me off about largest issue, but like we never fought or anything.
guys, there's breaking news. Kanye West has announced his new album releasing tomorrow, World War III. This is the track list. Track 1 is World War III with Dave Blunt's the classic. We've already heard it. Track 2 is Cosby. Track 3 is Free Diddy. Track 4 is Dirty Magazines. Okay. Track 5 is Bianca, who is Kanye's ex-wife. Track 6 is Virgil Let Me Down. Track 6 is Heil Hitler. Track 8 is Hitler, Yay, and Jesus. Track 9 is Jared, which I assume is about Jared from Subway. Track 10 is Money and Fame. And then track 11 is Nitrous. Everyone look forward to this very cool Kanye album.
So was Bully not a real album?
It came out. It's out. You can listen to it on YouTube, but it's like version 1.
Oh god.
So maybe we'll get
Yeah, I heard
version
about this.
2.
Riley, I don't think you
It's
realize how
fucking
on the nose
hilarious.
Kanye is about his Nazism now. He literally has a lyric where he says, "They telling me that I'm a bully. I'm anti-Semitic fully." That's literally a lyric of his. It's so bad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. He went on that huge Twitter rampage about about the. But like the thing is, people are saying that he's like just doing this to troll or to rage bait,
Wait, who said this?
which like for some of
Oh
it
shit.
clearly.
Sorry,
What?
go on. Marbled says, "I'm not going to stay for too long, but I hope y'all have a good stream." Thank you so much, Marbled. They said Kanye is a literal Boondocks episode summed up. True. Kanye is like one of those
Yeah,
unreal.
Kanye now is like one of those like fake rappers in the Boondocks. That's like so like the
yeah,
music is so bad.
yeah. But like I think like the homophobia shit and like the Virgil shit, I think that's like fake and to troll. But like the Nazi shit, he has clearly shown that he has gone down like the Nazi rabbit hole and is like interested in that shit and like
Yes.
does genuinely have like Jewish conspiracy. Like that is not that's not just him trying to
I mean,
troll and be provocative.
he's touching dick tips with Nick Fuentes, so like,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's hanging out with Nick Fuentes. He has a literal swastika chain. He wore
yeah.
the black Ku Klux Klan hood in his most
Well, yeah,
recent
but he
interview.
I mean, yeah, but in fairness, the Black Clan hoodie was first introduced in the Yeezus rollout. That's not like a new thing.
Yeah, but
I
it was
can't.
satire at first, but now he's like on the other
Yeah,
end of it.
The
yeah,
swastika shirt bit might be the funniest thing to ever happen. Like, I'm sorry, but just like the masterful to be so rich and so funny as to be like, come, hey, I'm Kanye West. Come shop on my famous merch store that people buy stuff on all the time. And then you go there and it's just a swastika shirt after a commercial on the Super Bowl.
That is a little funny, I guess. That he did the Super Bowl ad.
It's funny that they let that happen. That's the only funny part about it to me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The fact that this happened is so fucking funny.
And then
Remember when he showed
Shopify
up?
like took it down like only after all of the shirts sold out. Shopify took it down and was like, "This is not okay."
How many people own that shirt? Did anyone get the shirt?
Yes, it's sold out.
Yeah, but did it ship yet?
No, I think it refunded. I think the only one who has one is Kanye now.
That's great. Shout out Kanye West.
Okay.
I'm just happy that I just hope he keeps doing like insane shit like every day so that cuz if he stops for even like a month, all of the Kanye fans will forget like right away. Like what
Yeah.
happened last time.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna hold that? You're gonna hold his past against him?" Remember that?
Yeah.
Like literally, like 2 weeks after the
Yeah.
Alex Jones thing, he like tweeted like, "People will always use your
He
past
said
against you."
that he watched 22 Jump Street and that it cured him of his anti-Semitism.
And then yeah, like fucking I mean like if Kanye genuinely apologized and changed his like not like fucking I talked to Adam Sandler and I no longer hate Jews, like some actual shit. Like if he actually like apologized and genuinely changed, that would be cool, but that is literally not going to happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Here's the
But
thing.
I also won't. I'll never be able to forgive him for how he treated his employees. He like ruined the lives of his employees
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
children that worked for his company.
Yeah.
Let's say here's the thing about Kanye. I'm trying to put into words my feelings on Kanye and how funny he is, and I think I figured it out. Somehow, Kanye West is not trying to be funny; he's just insane. And somehow he is so much funnier than Nick Fuentes, who is trying to be funny about hating Jews.
Yeah.
Kanye West runs circles around Nick Fuentes, and he's not even trying. He's the funniest anti-Semite, and he's not doing it on purpose because everyone who's doing it on purpose sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kanye is like actually his brain is literally fried. His
Yeah,
brain is
from the
absolutely
nitrous.
fried from the nitrous, but like I do think there is like a certain sense of humor to what he's doing. I think he is trying to be somewhat funny. But I think when
Yeah.
he's trying to be funny, it's not funny. Like I think when he just says the F slur on Twitter a million times, that's what he thinks is funny. And then when he talks
But the
about
Jewish doctor bit is the funniest thing of all time.
yeah,
I'm
it's the funniest
not
thing
gonna
that
tell you
happened.
what kind of doctor it was. It
Because you
was
know
a
I can't do
Jewish
that.
doctor.
What did I tweet? I tweeted like a screenshot of that, and um, I was like, I can't tell you what kind of. What did I tweet? Let me pull it up. It was funny. Keep talking.
Wasn't it about like cis
Yeah.
women or something?
Hold on.
We have to know. This is important, Demi Bloom lore.
Keep
We can't
talking.
move on until we know the answer.
Keep talking, and I'll interrupt you with it.
Um. Elon's gonna be removed from the government. That's really funny.
Is that true?
What's that about?
Yeah, according to Trump, Elon Musk will soon no longer be a part of the U.S. government.
He's not really a part of the U.S. government right now. He's not an elected
He's
official.
yeah, but he's the head of the Doge thing.
He's the de facto leader of Doge. He's not like
yeah.
So it's just,
officially
now it's just too
in
many
charge.
people said that Elon was puppeteering Trump, and Trump was like, I won't have it. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I also think it
Get
might
him
be
outta
that
here.
Elon is genuinely that fucking annoying.
I did see pictures where it's like Elon interacting with Barron, and Barron having a face where it's like, I would rather be anywhere on the planet than here with Elon Musk right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I said I'm not gonna say what sexuality my worst exes were. Y'all know I can't do that, and it's picture Kanye, and I just quote tweeted. I said they were lesbian exes. The historical racial
Um,
conflict between trans women and lesbians is something I will always poke fun of. It is not something I actually believe in and participate in. Just full disclosure. I love lesbians.
It's
They're
the
cool.
LGBTQ civil war.
It is.
Ye confirms in a song named after Bianca Censori that she left him after trying to have him committed. He says she had a panic attack due to his tweets. She took the Maybach and drove off, and he tracked her through the app.
Okay.
And he fucking killed her, and now he's going to prison.
Yep.
Didn't Ye have a Cybertruck?
I don't know. Ye is a cyber cuck.
True.
Hey! Da, 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 da.
It's so funny. I'm so happy now that So Rate Your Music has a thing where, do you know what NSBM is?
No.
I assume Demi might know.
No, I don't.
It
New,
stands for
Su-
National
New
Socialist.
Super Brothers Mario.
Yeah.
It stands for it stands for National Socialist Black Metal.
Oh, yeah, I know what that is. I know what that is.
And so it's basically like they started this thing because of that, where like whenever there's like a Nazi album, like an album that explicitly has Nazi content in it, they don't provide any links to it, and they have a big disclaimer at the top of the website that says, RYM does not host or distribute such material, and we do not agree with the opinions expressed by those created and recorded it. And that's on the new Kanye album.
Wow.
I'm glad that that's a thing.
That's good.
That is real.
It's good that we're being fair about it though.
Yeah. I'm very happy about it.
Kanye was flirting with black metal aesthetics. I mean, his profile picture on Spotify is a goat. He had like the alternative album cover for Vultures is like a Burzum tribute.
Yeah, he was wearing the Burzum shirt in his photo with JPEG Mafia.
Yeah.
And Peggy was like, I had no idea he was actually a Nazi.
No, Peggy knew.
He was wearing,
Peggy knew.
He was wearing a Burzum shirt in the photo that you took with him. What the fuck are you talking
and
about?
JPEG Mafia has dissed Burzum in his lyrics too.
Yeah.
For being Nazis.
Yeah.
Or being a Nazi. It's
Yeah.
weird to say Burzum, like I say Burzum like they, but like Burzum is an it actually because it's a project by one guy.
Yeah, it's I just say him. I don't know. I just use it as a shorthand to refer to the guy. Have you like Burzum and Kanye were like having fun on Twitter together, and he was using it to promote his new hilarious looking book with like the funniest fucking cover art of all time. It literally looks like it was like drawn by a 6-year-old with like MS Paint Comic Sans over it.
Damn. Did Riley die?
Riley's dead.
Riley's like
Anyways, talk about the adventures of Clutch Powers 4D.
Yeah, fucking Jesus Christ.
I don't even know. I'm honestly all that build up. Like I don't even really have anything to say about it. It was like the 4D theater.
It was Clutch Powers, but in 4D.
They like sprinkled water on top of you when there was water on the screen. He had like a water jetpack, right? So they like sprinkled water on you when he used it. To my memory, I could be wrong. Maybe no, I don't think it was a water jetpack. I think they like splashed in the water and sprayed water on you, which doesn't mimic the effect of like splashing or landing in water at all. It just gets you wet.
Well, I mean, like a mist kind of has like the effect of like what it feels like coming out.
Maybe, but it's like a big splash of the water, and you're getting misted.
Yeah.
And it's like it's it's just
Yeah.
not. And they had like wind. They like blew wind at you, and you couldn't hear the movie. So he was like, "Hi, I'm Clutch Powers," and you couldn't hear what he was saying.
It is realistic because it's what it would feel like if somebody else dived like right near you. You would get like a nice mist of the water. That's what I'm thinking of. Like Like if I'm hanging
Oh.
out next to the pool and somebody jumps off the diving board, just like a nice mist that comes up from the big splash.
I guess that's fair. I don't know, man. It was not immersive. That's all I'm gonna say. It didn't feel immersive. It didn't work.
Okay.
And they blew wind at you, and the seats kind of shook, if I remember correctly. The seats turned and shook a little bit, but it was like it was really shitty, and you could hear the seats turning and shaking. So like it affected the movie. You could hear all this shit happening, like the water being sprayed, and like it was really shitty. It was really bad. And the film itself was like so boring that my parents made me leave before I could even finish before we even finished it, and I was so sad because I was like, "Mom, that's like my favorite movie. I got to see this short film." And like, "No, honey, we don't have to finish this. We can leave." I was like, "Damn,
Damn.
fuck you, Mom."
I can't imagine a parent doing that to a child. That never would have flown with me. I would have thrown the biggest hissy fit to ever happen in the history of hissy fits if I was a little kid and somebody tried to fucking do that to me. I can't even like fathom that.
Yeah,
It's true. You did have the fucking. When I searched the Clutch Powers 4D adventure, the first thing that comes up is your Reddit post.
my Reddit post.
Yeah.
Huh.
Look at that. Demi Gloom is famous.
So
Yep.
I'm the most. Oh yeah. r/lost media u/demigloom.
I wonder if you're mentioned in the video, like a Reddit user by the name of Demigloom.
Probably. I don't want to be referred to as a Reddit user.
Reddit user.
Reddit user by the name of Demigloom.
I wonder if I'm in this
It's
video.
the
No,
worst thing you could be.
no, this isn't a. I thought this was a video essay.
Yeah,
It's
Is
just
there a
like
video
how,
essay
it's just
about
like
it?
how it's just how like
Probably
the guy
not.
who made Breaking Bad DS didn't mention us, even though he obviously saw our stuff.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. That was, dude. When Bo Blacks mentioned you in his video, I was like, my mind was blown. Hold on.
There's a Bo Black Demi Gloom mention.
Yeah, during that brief period of time where I was defending Bosch during the folder incident, before I actually like got a really good look at the contents of it and formed my own like I just had my like original opinion like the moment it happened.
Did you get a really good look at the contents of it, Demi Gloom?
Unfortunately, yeah, I did. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's
Because
pretty
I saw
bad.
the contents for like a second by accident, but then I closed the window very fast because I didn't want to see it.
I don't know. I felt like I needed to see it because I was a huge defender of Vosh, and I took a look at it. But why are we talking about this?
I just looked at it out of curiosity. I'm gonna be real.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually. That was a joke you made.
Yeah, I don't know. Why are we talking about this? Talk about something else. But yeah,
But yeah, I was gonna when I heard that Bo, like, I had no warning. I was just listening to Bo Black's videos because they're fun to just listen to in the background while I was like playing, I think, Pikmin 2. And it was like mentions that Vosh. That's my Bo Black's
Yeah.
impression.
It's a pretty good Bo Black's impression.
I'm addicted to cocaine because of Dick Masterson.
Because of Dick Masterson. Dick Masterson made him addicted to cocaine and turned him trans. It was
Is
all
Bo Black's
Dick
trans?
Masterson's fault.
Great.
Yeah, well, no, he's
Bo
well, yes,
Black-
because he's like non-binary or some shit.
Bo
Wait, are you
Black is a
serious?
femboy. No, Bo Black's is an OnlyFans femboy. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
he goes by
I
they
know-
them pronouns, and somebody found his femboy
Oh.
OnlyFans.
Wait, they go by they them pronouns.
Yeah.
He goes by they them pronouns.
Oh shit! Oops. But yeah. I'm just bad at that. Okay, I think it's real, but like I just learned about it a couple of years ago, and it's hard to drill it into my lexicon.
Yeah, I think they are they them, but they did find the secret OnlyFans. Mr. Medicare did a fire stream about it.
Is that Mr. Medicare's version of the kill stream?
Mr.
Fire
Medicare. Mr. Medicare's channel is he does live streams about crazy commentary shit every now and again, and it's very entertaining.
Just like every 6 months, he's like, "Hey guys, I didn't die of cancer yet. I'm gonna do another stream," and then he does
Oh.
No,
another stream.
it's no, like last year it was monthly. Now it's like every other month. I mean, it's not really it's just like whenever he has something to talk about. Um, my I missed like that the 2016 golden age of commentary, but not the one you're thinking of. Like I don't really care that much about like the Keemstar, iDubbbz, whatever was happening, Leafy, all that. Like I used to be really into that, but I don't really care anymore. I mean the commentary underbelly of like all the people that Mr. Medicare would cover, of like Dylan Thomas and Doodle Tones and all those fucking people with like 10,000 subscribers that didn't do face cam and were just doing like very like stone cold serious responses to the goofiest fucking videos. Like Doodle Tones is my favorite channel because she used to just like she would just like respond to like 5-year olds reviews of SpongeBob and like critique it as if it's like a fucking major film critic.
That's
She was
amazing.
and it was like with zero irony whatsoever, and it was like uh it was so cool. She would bring on her friends to tag team shit on like children and like disabled people for their because they made bad reviews.
Wow.
um it was really funny. She ended up having to leave YouTube altogether after spending like 3 years defending some shit she did on Discord that I will not get into, but
Was it grooming
she
related?
left. She was allowing grooming to happen in her server,
Oh, so
and
like
she
Femios.
knew it was going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so but she left and she was like, I'm gonna go to therapy, but now she's just on Blue Sky all the time, so I don't know what the fuck.
No.
So it does, and she's like she she like keeps posting like, yo guys, I found a fucking spider in my drink, guys, oh my god, this is so crazy, hope you're doing well, I'm in therapy, I'm doing great, see you guys when I'm out, when I'm finished with my therapy and I'm ready to come back. And everyone is like, fuck you, do not come back.
Damn. I've never heard of
But
Doodle
her
Tunes.
is Doodle Tones.
Doodle Tones.
Um, but yeah, she does a lot of crazy shit in her
Is she trans?
back out. Yeah, she has
Yeah.
a voice
How did I
changer.
know?
She has a pretty shitty voice changer in all of her videos that she never changed, and her whole career it was just this dog shit voice changer that makes it sound like a fucking text to speech robot almost.
Hmm.
It's interesting to hear all this Medicare lore. I never got into Medicare. I've seen Medicare in like 3 things that I've like
Yeah.
happened
Lolcow
upon.
Live, The Dick Show, and The Killstream, right?
Not quite. 2 out of 3.
Okay, not The
So the
Killstream. What else?
You told me you saw the kill stream with him and Asterios and Mumpty.
that's one of them. That's why I said two
Oh,
out of
okay.
three. So,
Okay.
so
Oh, so you haven't seen him on The
I
Dick
don't think
Show? Has he
I
been
don't
on The
think
Dick
I
Show?
have seen him on the Dick Show. I think he has been on, but there's a bunch of episodes of the Dick Show I
He's on
haven't
the
heard, and
Rage Board.
I don't think I've heard of him on the Dick Show. Maybe I'm not remembering right, but I know I heard him on the Kill stream, and then I heard him on Lolcow Live because I was a religious Lolcow Live viewer, and then the cancer stream happened, and he was on for like 4 hours for that. And then I liked that a lot, and I was like listening to a bunch of PKA at the time, so I seeked out an episode of PKA he was on, and that's all of Mr. Medicare that I've heard.
Wow. Yeah, I used to be. His videos are just so cozy to me. Like that whole like 2016 like underbelly of commentary is so cozy to me. Just like 2016, 2017 YouTube content that was sort of niche and like not the big stuff. It's just very like um I don't know. Like it's kind of like hard for me to watch a lot of that stuff now, just because it makes me very emotional. Like
Jesus.
I can't watch like fucking like Digibro After Dark videos and shit because it just like gives me like such an overwhelming feeling of sadness and nostalgia. Um,
I was muted. I
but
get that feeling, but it like adds to the experience almost. Like
yeah,
whenever I rewatch like a Mumpke and Asperger Let's Play, I have like a tear
uh,
in my eye for days gone
yeah,
by.
We're just talking
But
about
it's
yeah,
good people only today.
yeah,
good
of
people
course.
only.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate this lighting because it makes me look like I'm balding, but it's literally just that I have shitty bleached hair that I need to get touched up.
I think the lighting is fun. It makes you look like you're in a Pinterest edit.
Oh.
Like you look like someone that would be on my Pinterest feed. I've been trying to retool my Pinterest account to be some like I'm making a board called Feelings and Ideas, where I because I used to group them all based on like surface level shit like animals and like anime girls and shit like that. But now I want to be pretentious with it. So I got like envy and lust and love, just like feelings because it's fun because I feel like it's more explorative of myself. Anyways, we should probably talk about something that anyone cares about.
Hmm.
Oh, we're about at wrap time.
Yeah.
We're over 2 hours at
Okay.
this point.
All right.
Belle, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me at I guess the best way to find me is youtube.com/drowning in centipedes. That's probably the only one at drowning in centipedes. That's probably the only one that is like going to be updated
Where
anytime
you'll
soon.
soon find new episodes of Isabel and Riley's
Oh
music
yeah,
adventures.
Isabel and Riley's Music Adventures, our epic podcast. Um, which you can also find on Spotify. You can find that on Spotify. If you want to find my old videos, there's like a huge amount of old videos I made. Go into every video featuring Insight Zoidberg. It's a playlist. There's just ignore. Just pretend like it's not me, so that you don't hate me forever because of the vile things that I say in those videos. Um, yeah,
You keep it? Is it religiously? Is every podcast of mine you've been in that playlist?
yes.
Okay.
You can find me. Listen to my other podcast, Middle School GSA. Check it out. It's pretty cool. And also follow
Which I
me.
should be on soon.
Yeah, you should be on soon. Um,
And me too.
and Riley too.
Tim England's always like, "Oh, I could never do middle school GSA." Haha! Isn't it funny that on April Fools I said there's a new episode, but there's not? And she has like a conga line of people who's like, "When do I get to be on middle school GSA?" And
Yeah.
she's just like, "Why doesn't anybody want to do middle school GSA with
I'm not
me?"
saying I've never
Yeah.
said that. I'm wondering about whether if I could find an adequate replacement host for Felonious Fairs. Someone who could adequately replace Felonious Fairs.
I don't
Not
think
Belle
I
that
think
because
anyone
Belle's
I
can
think you
replace
15,
should.
Felonious
and not
Fairs.
you because
I
you're not gay.
I think you
Yeah.
should put Squeebo in, Coach. I really do. I think they can do good things.
Yeah, I feel like you should. The thing is, like, trying to replace Ferris isn't really going to work. 'Cause that's just
Yeah.
such like a one of a kind podcast chemistry. So
Hmm.
you got to find someone that's going to bring something new.
I don't think you'll ever have like a co-host again, but you can have like a also person who's there. Like
Yeah,
with you and Ferris it was like 50-50. But I could see you and
yeah,
Squeebo doing like a really good 70-30 show where like
Mm.
yeah,
you're the main event, but they're like just like a second person to riff off of that is good. I think they would do well in that role.
And if they're really good, I could make them a co-host. But I don't know. I don't want to like tease them, you know.
hmm yeah. That would be kind of like a tough sell. Like, yo, you want to be on my podcast, but like not like a co-host. You're just sort of there.
Yeah.
and like you're not on
Yeah,
the
what's in
main
it for
event,
them?
No,
though.
no, you're a co-host, but like the different shows treat their co-hosts in different ways. Like some shows, the co-host is like just as important as the main host, and it's about their dynamic. Some shows, the main host is like the main guy, and then their co-host is like a guy who's also there who makes it so a conversation can happen at any time, but he's not as important.
Squeebo's the audio engineer.
Okay.
Exactly. Squeebo, the
Squeebo can be
audio
Sean.
engineer.
I just found out that Sean, the audio engineer, is no longer in the that universe.
I told you this when it happened. I was mourning it deeply.
Oh damn! I listened. I tried to listen to a new episode recently, and I was like, oh, huh, he's not there. I think I've listened to like 4 Dick Show episodes in my life, and I just cannot get into it.
Why did you try to listen to one recently? Just because like I had been talking about it so much, or was there like a particular guest or
I was
something?
just curious. I didn't have anything else to listen to. I was like, what's going on? What is this? I just kind of find I find Dick Masterson a little annoying. Like I don't I that's probably sacrilegious to say.
I mean, I guess I get it, but like I don't feel that way. Like that's kind of part of his charm. He's just like a silly little goblin. You know, he goes around and he
Some
starts fights and he screams about things and it's funny.
some edge ball blasphemy. I just sort of I think his voice is annoying. I don't know. He's like, "Oh, welcome to the Dick Show." I don't know. I can't. Yeah, Riley,
Sean,
Sean,
Sean.
video, Sean, find it for me. You know what, Sean? Have you heard about this new thing that's been happening?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I did pick up the "Hey, what's up, buddy" for a bit, but that was mostly because Trixie used to say that at the beginning of every
Yeah, because
podcast.
Trixie picked it up, and then you picked it up
Yeah.
from Trixie, who had
Yeah.
picked it up from Dick.
Yeah. That I used to be. I almost missed the era of just my entire personality being like a clone of like 2016 Digibro. Like literally my whole life, my whole personality, everything.
Heartsy has a much more annoying voice. True, Sawyer. True.
I still think
Heartsy
it's
has a
fun.
cute voice.
No, Heartsy's voice isn't really annoying. It's just that like I detest him as a person. No, I don't detest him as a person. I used to detest him as a person.
Yeah.
I just don't like being around him very much. Like me and him have mutual like human respect for one another, but we just kind of acknowledge we don't really get along or like work together.
You and Heartsy
I
can't
respect-
anymore.
Not really. I mean, like if
respect
me and
him.
Heartsy end up in the same place, I'd be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" You know. But Sawyer says even the lolly.
What?
He was
stream delay.
saying it doesn't include the lolly with the 2016 Digibro.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna answer that. I was 12.
Yeah.
Okay, Riley, where can our listeners find you?
linktr.ee/Riley Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe. YouTube channels, podcasts. Tonight at 7, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go to youtube.com/@Riley and Friends. There's the death stream there. Me and Brad talking about news and politics, having a good time. You should go there and watch it. And also Megazord Radio. If you're a Power Rangers man, you should check out the Megazord Radio podcast, where me and my good friend Nightster, we talk about Power Rangers every week. It's pretty good.
Hell yeah, great show. This is the best transfer experience we've ever done, probably.
I think so.
Oh.
The last one was a banger too. We're on a good streak.
We are on a good streak. I think we needed to have more guests, just another voice to bounce off of, and
You gotta.
I think we need another trans person and another fat person.
Oh, to really round it out. Get a
Yeah.
4-person cast.
Yeah.
I don't know, I
trans
think it
people
works
versus
as-
2 fat people.
I think it works as just 2 people, and then it would be fun to have just like a stable of regular guests. That would be fun.
Yeah. Or hear me out. A trans person, a fat person, a trans fat person, and a non-trans non-fat person
And
to round things out.
A straight man.
I thought you were
Straight
gonna
skinny
say
man.
the fat trans person.
Another trans person.
I thought you were gonna say a trans person, a fat person, a trans fat person, and a fat trans person.
Mm, that works. Sawyer says, "Get Mo. He's 3 fat people."
True, true. No, Mo's just our regular guy.
Yeah.
So we got we gotta get a fat trans person and then a regular guy, and the regular guy is Mo.
No, the regular guy should be Andrew
I used to.
because he's not fat.
Ah, true, true.
Dude, Andrew looks like fucking Kenny
Oh,
Powers
dude,
now.
I haven't.
You see him with his like fucking shitty baseball
He's got like
mustache
facial hair and
and a
shit.
mullet. He has like a mullet and a
Yeah.
mustache. What the
I
fuck?
haven't even thought about Andrew in so long, dude.
Can we get Andrew
I
in
feel
here
like
right
he's
now?
a core memory.
What's Andrew doing right now? I don't know.
No, let's not bother
I think
Andrew
the
right now.
last time I ever interacted with Andrew was like on the shit-faced drunk core Twitter account. It's been so long.
Yeah.
The last time I interacted with Andrew was when we recorded 2 big guy, little guy videos last week, but they're probably not going to come out until like May because he's so busy with college.
The littler guy, littlest guy.
We have
That was a good
Andrew's
that was a good
in-
That was a
video.
great
Andrew's
show.
a part of my secret little group chat that nobody here is allowed in. And
What?
he joined recently. And
Why does Andrew get to join the secret group chat and I don't get to join the secret group chat?
Because Jason's in there.
because Jason's in it and it's
Oh.
for adults, or not adults, but like older people only.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were just talking about Riley. I thought you were.
Yeah, I thought we were
the
talking about
child.
me.
No, Ferris was in it for a while actually, but they were inactive, so I kicked them.
Oh, okay.
They were complaining about me calling the group, me and I don't remember. I think it was just me mostly calling the group chat all the time. I was like, if you don't want to be in the group chat, then mute it. They're like, this is so embarrassing. I was at a meeting at work, and then I got my text to speech said the name of the group chat out loud, and
What was
it
the
was
name
embarrassing.
of the group
What's
chat?
the name of the group chat? Like Pussy Faggot and 111?
No, you can't say that on my
Are
YouTube
we
channel.
still live? What
Yes.
the fuck?
No, the name of the group chat was who reads the Watchmen. Because the
okay.
quote, who watches the Watchmen, but we were all reading
Yeah.
Watchmen. And it was who reads the
Okay.
Watchmen was the pun. And they're like, I was in a group meeting
Okay.
and it said, and my phone said, who reads the Watchmen? And they said that was embarrassing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna end this